Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I am featuring the baby boy, Dre, and by the title down below, you know I am doing a how I found out I was pregnant story time, and also a mixture of how it is being a teen mom / single parent. Well, okay, well, let's get started. Turn this way, baby. Say hi, Dada. He has no clothes on and it's hot, so don't say nothing, don't judge. Say hi. Look it. Look. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Yeah, don't be camera shy. Say hi. Say hi, Papa. Yeah, I did that. Okay, I'll stop. Okay. Well, the beginning, how I found out I was pregnant was I was sleeping so much, and I like to sleep, I like to eat, don't get me wrong, but I was sleeping like 10 times more than usual. So my dad and my whole family basically was just like, you're sleeping too much, like, why are you so tired, are you pregnant? I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant, that's not possible, you know. And then, so after a while, I started to have tender breasts. That means a girl's breast starts to get sore, sensitive, and yes, baby, yes. Excuse him. Oh, you're gonna drop it. So my breast started to get tender. Then it was a miss. I missed my period, and people know that's what happened. But I was 16. Remind you guys, I was 16 when I got pregnant. So I really didn't know what pregnancy symptoms or none of that. So I missed my period, tender breast, sleeping. And then that's when I started having morning sickness. Throwing up in the morning, couldn't eat nothing, I would throw the food up. Y'all see he don't say nothing when I'm not talking, right? Oh, okay. What I was saying? Oh yeah. Morning sickness. Sorry, excuse me. Morning sickness. And so my dad was really curious, like, you sure you're not pregnant? Are you pregnant? And at this time, I remind you guys, I had never told my dad I had lost my virginity, okay? Because I was scared of what he would think, disappointed, because I'm his baby girl, I'm the last one, so disappointed. I didn't want to disappoint my father. Nobody wants to disappoint their parents, you know? And then the next day, my dad goes to work. My mom goes with him to, she goes to her friend's house. I stayed home. And I'm just feeling so sick. I'm just like, okay. So I called my mom. I said, Mom, tell Dad if he could go buy me a pregnancy test. She's like, she was laughing. She thought it was a joke. And I was like, no, Mom, I'm serious. And she was like, okay, I'm going to tell him. I was scared. At the end of the day, I was scared. He gave it to me. He didn't threw it at me. He gave it to me. And, hold on, guys. Like I was saying, guys, I'm sorry, I had to cut a part out because I was talking to my mother and it just wasn't going right, okay? Yeah. So, like I was saying was, I stayed home and, the next day, like I was saying, they gave it a test, all that, and then I took it the next morning. So I called my mom and said, Mom, where is it at? She gave it to me. I took it the next morning. So I remind you guys, pregnancy test, a negative and a negative, positive. Everybody should know that, right? I was thinking like, okay, it's lying. Hold on, let me keep reading the box. I kept reading that box for a good 10 minutes because I was not really like believing it. You know, I would not believe it. Like, I'm not pregnant, no. But I started crying. I mean, when I was crying, I started crying. Like, I literally was texting my best friend. Like, she could tell, like, oh my gosh, Victoria, she's out there. My best friend Victoria would let you know I was crying. I showed her the box, the pregnancy text. I was texting her so much that she was trying to help me so bad, but I was so scared because, like I said, I don't want to disappoint my parents. And, you know, I'm the youngest. I'm 16 and pregnant. Like, that's not what I thought would ever happen to me. I never wanted kids, like, ever. I told my parents I never want kids. I'll never have kids. This and that. Next thing you know, I had a child, and I was just like, damn. Like, so I told my mom. It wasn't a good answer from her. nor my father, and I could totally understand that. You guys probably wouldn't understand that because most of you guys don't have children right now, and the teen moms who do, I don't know if you feel the same way, but I feel as what their parents are trying to do is tell you not to get pregnant, because it's not you're ruining your life, it's just you're stuck now. Like, you can't really do as much, and now he's getting sleepy. Now it's like you have to work like 10 times harder and really do what you have to do for another person. It's not about you no more. It's about this human being that you carry for 9 months and birth. That's what it's about. And so I decided to keep him because, like, you know, my person, I don't believe in abortions, none of that. Adoption, I don't believe in none of that. So yeah, and I went to the doctor, I think it was a day after or 2 days after, something like that, to take another pregnancy test to make sure that it was positive, like it was really positive, because those pregnancy tests, the little sticks, they sometimes could be positive and you're really not pregnant. So I did that and it was positive. So, you know, it's my choice to keep the baby or not. It's not my parents' choice, because I am considered an adult now. Once you have a child, you're considered an adult. State of California. And so I kept him, you know. I was going through with it, but my pregnancy, I can't say it was really good, but I could say it was alright. I went to the hospital a little too much. Sorry guys, I had to put the baby to sleep, but back to the story. Like I was saying, I went to the hospital a lot because I had complications. I had back pains, major back pains. I had false labor. I was having contractions, and basically that's what false labor is, when you have contractions but you're not really in labor. And then there was one time where like I was saying, when I went to the doctors and found out and stuff, the next day I went to the restroom and I bled, so I got scared. And that's when I called my mom, you know, and that's when we went to hospital and everything, like I was saying. But on to the next little subjects. Being a teen mom is not really easy. Being a teen mom is very hard. I'm sorry if you hear anything in the background. That is my parents. I am sorry. But being a teen mom is very hard. It's not easy. It's not the thing that you will want to do. It's very complicated. Mostly if you're a single parent, like me, if you're a single parent like me, it is very hard. Yes, there might be people out there in the world who will want to be in your child's life, and that's very nice, but you can't really be having too much people in his life, and then they in his life, out his life, in his life, out his life, off and on. He's going to get confused, or she's going to get confused. At a certain age, a child starts to understand, like, why is this person coming in and out my life, and they're going to get hurt. And it's more not really good to hurt a child because they're counting on you. And I would be hurt if that was me in that position, if I'm counting on this guy inside my mom's life. But luckily I have both my parents. They're still together, and most of you guys don't, and I am sorry for that. Like, I don't understand that, but I know my son will understand how you got certain people felt because his father is no longer around. I don't want to get into that type of story. Like, I don't even want to have a story time about him because that is like a hurtful story and it's real sad. Like, I don't want to cry. So yeah. And sorry, but like I was saying, being a teen mom is very hard. You can't do much. You don't have the life that you used to have. Like, you think, oh, okay, I could go run the streets, this and that, and drop my baby off with somebody else. No, because sometimes your parents, family, anybody, they're not going to want to watch your child. Like, they're not. I barely go out. I don't go out. If I do go out, that's like 1 in a million chance I will ever go out. And my parents have to really like you to let me go out. So, like I was saying, it's very hard, and I wouldn't want any of you teen girls to go through it, even teen guys. Sometimes the girl had the baby and dropped the baby on you. Like, I wouldn't want you guys to go through that. It's really hard. Mostly if you're not financially stable, it's really hard, and you have to, it's not count on people, but you don't want to ask people for nothing, because you don't want them to be like, oh, I did this for you, I did this for your child, and you don't want nobody doing that. Like, you don't want to hear that shit, because definitely I don't want to hear that shit. So don't get pregnant right now. For me, I advise you, don't get pregnant. Like, that's out the picture. Like, I don't want to see you guys get pregnant, you know. But if you do, you could surely talk to me. You could snap me, hit DM me. Even if you want to text me, let me know. Like, I will be there for anybody who's watching. We are family. You're a part of me, J Squad. You know, females out there, if you have any questions, let me know. Anything. It can be personal, family. I will help you, because I go through so much that nobody will ever know. I keep a smile on my face so much that you might think like, oh, her life is pretty. No, it's not. My life is probably worse than anybody's. And you had a day in my shoes, y'all cannot get through the day. Y'all want to take them things off like that. But don't be a teen mom. Don't be a teen dad. Don't. It's hard. You're going to ruin your life. Finish high school. Finish college. Have a good career with your life. Even if you just go to college just to go to college, do it. Like, don't mess your life up. And that's basically the moral story that I have to say for you guys. But at the end of this video, I will be inserting some clips, and I hope you guys like it. Like, please subscribe, like, and comment down below. And I love you guys. Thank you very much for watching.